Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Swinging at Shins. That's right, we're a thing.
Yeah,
We've
we
been
are.
busy. All right,
Very. Don't hate us.
and I've
Please.
been a
Love
little
us.
sick. Aaron's been
I
sick.
mean, you could kind of hate us, I guess, a little bit for being out for so long, but
Hey, hate us, love us, just watch us, engage,
that we
hit the like
like.
button. Anyway, enough of that. Aaron, what have you been doing for the last month?
Getting sick, getting healthy, then getting sick again. Being put in a
Sounds like
position
no, go
that
for it.
I'm underpaid, but that's okay. Whatever. No big deal.
Hey, that's your first
Capitalism.
step to being overpaid.
Under?
That's the dream. The dream's to be overpaid.
Oh. Okay, cool.
I I have been very busy. I'm probably
Yeah, yeah.
still underpaid, but I also got promoted, which is good. Um, I have also been celebrating the capitulation of City, the desecration of the Etihad,
Mm-hmm.
the what other awful biblical words? The decimation of Pep Guardiola's hopes and dreams.
I didn't read the Bible.
It's been a lot of fun, man. All I can tell you is Arsenal beat City 5-1, which in its own was amazing. Um, Also, very importantly, City just got humiliated in the Champions League. Knockout
Dropped.
stages.
Pants
Sorry,
dropped.
play-in stages. We'll call them the play-in stages. You gotta win that to get to the knockout. Now, City will say it's not fair. We were playing Real Madrid, so you still got destroyed.
Hey, I'm all for them losing, so
They sit fourth. They sit fourth in the league after 25
yeah,
games.
44 points, guys.
They
44
are,
points.
yeah. You look at this, they are 9 points behind Arsenal, and they are, I can math real quick. They're 17 points behind Liverpool
Do it.
after 25
Do it.
matches.
Do it.
At this point, it's no longer a guess who, but you got to give it to Nottingham Forest for still being in third.
Yeah, they're floating around. I have liked this dark horse race. I don't know if dark horse race is the right word. The surprise. They're kind of Villa this year. I think they're doing real well. I think they've been healthy too, and that helps a ton. And
They've stayed
Forest are taking
healthy.
full advantage.
They absolutely have been healthy. Um, I think what's even more amazing is AFC Bournemouth is 1 point behind City right
They have how always seemed to have the right pieces, but never been able to like make it work, make it click. They didn't have the
now. They made it work
like
against
they had
Forest.
Eddie Howe and they made it work. And then they went through that weird transitional phase of Eddie Howe. And now they've actually got a guy who the fans like, the players enjoy, and now
I think
they're
Eddie Howe
they're reaping what
feels
they sow.
that he's working for the Saudis, and he's still 2 points behind Bournemouth.
That is kind of funny. That is irony.
I'll give it to Newcastle. They handled Arsenal very well in the Don't Care Mean Carabao Cup semifinals. They beat us. I'm not going to say we didn't show up to play. I don't care about it. Newcastle beat Arsenal
Yeah.
handily in both legs. I will give them that. So Newcastle's season is not lost, nor do I think seventh is necessarily bad. I think we all lumped expectations on them when they got bought by the Saudis, and the Saudis have just not paid up.
Well, I also think the fact that they got Tonali back, they still had Isak. They would hope that Gordon would make another step forward. Um, their defense has kind of been their downfall this year. They've been
True.
rotating players in and out as well. They haven't really gotten what Botman was 2 years ago. He's been injured, so it's been a little tough showing for them as far as that end goes. But they hanging in at seventh with that is still a quality season. Like I personally, anywhere top 10 is a quality season. I like you're having a good season. You
I mean,
shouldn't be ashamed of it, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you want to shoot for Europe, you want to get like seventh or higher realistically, but top 10 is a good season, guys.
yeah, you got to say for them, especially 2 years ago where they were.
Yep.
that to be on 2 years on and still finishing
Yep.
7th is probably a disappointment.
hmm
I know a lot of people are going to look at where Villa is and say that Villa is a disappointment right now. I don't think that's fair.
I
I think
get
that
it because sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I get
no,
it
you're good.
because they're
You're good.
still in the UCL knockouts. They're actually in the knockouts, and they didn't have to
Yeah,
play their
real
way in like
knockouts
City did.
didn't like City didn't. To
But
be very clear,
exactly. Thank you.
City
Sorry,
didn't.
City didn't. But they've also had, I think, somewhere in 12 to 14 different center back combinations as well through because of injuries, and it's insane. So the fact that they've been able to maintain top 10 as well with having that many injuries is something to be said as well. And that's how you guys should take your seasons, honestly, everybody, is take it as a whole. Don't take it as just like base to base off of years. Look at it, what happened throughout the year.
Mhm.
And Villa have had a handful of injuries, more than a handful of injuries, and they're still staying in the top 10. Same way with Newcastle. They've been injured in the back and they're sitting top 10. Fulham have had a healthy season. They should be proud of what they're doing right now.
I think the only team in the top 10 that should be really disappointed with where they are is Chelsea.
Chelsea, I think
The
City
amount of
too.
money that they've spent, well, I mean, obviously City.
Well,
Sorry.
I'm
There are
sorry
two
if we're
teams.
making
There are two
things
teams.
top
You're
10.
right. There are two teams. And it's City and Chelsea. Chelsea has to be disappointed. I mean, they got
Yeah. Oh yeah.
destroyed by Brighton. Exposed.
Railroaded.
And that they can't be doing that with the amount of money that they've spent. And this has got to
Yep.
be the worst ROI that Todd Bowley's ever had on anything.
I mean, they're still in the top 10. Well, they're still higher than they were last season.
Brighton's in the top 10. They didn't spend $1 billion.
I said top 6.
Bournemouth is in the top 10. Forest tried to
I
spend $1 billion.
said higher than what they were last year.
Forest tried to. Oh, that's not good enough. You know, and I think like so. This is going to be the Arsenal fan of me. I think that there's a little bit of like, you guys need to all calm down because everyone's so upset about the fact that we're here again. First of all, we're here. Yes, we are. We, excuse me, came in third in the Champions League new format so far, and we're clear into the knockouts. We're second behind a Liverpool that's starting to fall off a bit. We've lost Odegaard for a huge chunk of time. We've lost Saka for a bigger chunk of time. We lost Ben White for an even bigger chunk of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Super Tommy just had another knee surgery.
Yep.
Gabby's been out. Saliba's been out. We missed Saliba for a huge match that led to a draw. If we don't have Saliba down against Villa, I honestly think that we win that match. One of those two goals doesn't go in. I really, truly think that. And it's just, look at where we are. So to your point, take it as a whole season. You look at the amount of injuries that we've dealt with this season, we're doing great. Kai Havertz is now done for the entire season. Doesn't matter. Mikel Mourinho is a born striker. I don't know how. It doesn't make sense, but I tell you what, he looked good. That was a perfect header. That's exactly
it was sweet.
It was sweet. That's exactly what you want. And then he was just right positioned. He just positioned himself perfectly for the cross from Trossard for the second goal. It's like, okay, is he athletic? No. He's never going to turn a guy like Holland. He's never going to sprint away from a guy like, sorry, a bunch of things just fell out of my head. But like cool. Salah, he's never going to miss an incredible banger like Nunez because he'll never have the chance to make the banger. But he's positioning himself very well. And that seems to be good enough, at least right now, because we're not getting anybody else.
No. I think that's where the Arsenal kind of lacked was like I'm surprised they just didn't sign a loan, I guess.
No one wanted.
And I don't know what their money situation is like too. So
no one wanted to give anyone up. Who would we get on
true
loan?
Because registrations and things like that, they would have to probably fit somebody in. They would have to loan somebody out, but it's just surprising.
The time, Havertz was not injured.
I understand, but there's also depth you should be concerned about.
We are concerned about depth, but we're concerned about
yes.
Depth
that's why you bring up your youth, which have been
when Neri honestly should have scored before Mourinho did.
Well,
He really should have. He had 2 just bangers, but
nothing
whatever.
you can do.
3 points in the end.
Yes, it is. Squeaked it out. Butt cheek
Squeaky bum
clenched.
time. Like
Yes,
Alex says, we're
exactly.
getting into squeaky bum time. We have
Yeah.
13 matches left, and we're already
Yep.
in squeaky bum time. We got to win all of them. We got to
Mhm.
win out. I mean, so Arsenal still has a match against Liverpool.
Yep. 39 total points left.
If Arsenal wins that match, they're 2 points behind Liverpool. That's
Mhm.
one more draw. Now, I know that's a big if. I'm not saying that that's not a for sure thing, because that's not a for sure thing. We drew them when we played them earlier, and that match is at Anfield later in the season. Very much not a for sure thing. But my point is, when people talk about how close is it really, right now, it's that close.
Yeah.
One game we fully control the outcome of, or at least we're in the directly controlling the outcome of. And then the other one is it's just one more draw.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm excited.
I like I would certainly, if I was an Arsenal fan, be content with how this season has gone. As a Villa fan, seeing Arsenal play through their pains and through the trials in which they've been going through, second with 53 points and a goal differential of 29 is pretty darn good season
Yeah.
so far. And there's definitely room to grab more points. So we'll just see how the rest of the season plays out with Liverpool and if they are going to fade or continue to surge through the rest of the season, because they do seem to be fading a little bit because of just how stacked their schedule has been. But do you see them continuing to fade a little bit, or like them dropping any points here and there, or
It's
will there be a chance for Arsenal and maybe even Forest, that might be an outside puncher's chance, to pull into first?
I mean, Forest is 14 points out. That I think
Yes,
that is an outside chance.
that
Because
is
Forest
the
also
utmost.
needs Arsenal to collapse at this
Well,
point.
hey,
I'm not saying it
aren't
couldn't
they
happen.
aren't they considered the bottle club? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry. That hurt. I felt pain actually saying, "Oh, okay, he left.
No,
Bye."
I'm messing with you. I'm
Yeah.
messing with you. Ooh, PSV just scored.
Oh, hey, look at that.
For those of you who don't know, we're recording on a Wednesday as we normally do, and PSV and Juventus are in extra time. PSV are now up 3-1 in the match to make it 4-3 on aggregate in extra time.
Them Dutch teams.
Them Dutch teams. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously it could happen. Liverpool has City on Sunday. Not
Mhm.
as scary of a match as it used to be. Although it is at the
No.
Eddie. Wait, no, even then it's not as scary as a match as it used to be. Then
Who's
they
gonna
have
show?
Newcastle, Southampton,
Yeah.
EFL Cup final, Everton again, who they just drew. Now that
Yep.
being said, so there's a lot of different ways. That was the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park.
Oh, so good.
That was always going to happen. I
Yeah,
think though
it
that you
was.
see with matches like this, though, like everyone talks about form. Derbies
Mhm.
like that do not give a shit about form.
No, God, no. It's all emotion and intensity and ebbs and flows. That's it. And it rides the electric wave. And this was one of those fantastic electric waves. It's beautiful.
They have, yeah, it was beautiful. They have Fulham at Fulham. Oh my god, Craven Cottage. Couldn't think of the name for
Mm.
a second. They have Tottenham at home. They have Chelsea away. They have Arsenal at home. They have Brighton away. They have Matt. Like you look at, yeah, there are dropped points to be had there. Will it happen?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mo Salah stays on the tear he's on. He's going to win the Premier League. It's that simple.
Yeah,
Mo
just
Salah.
he's just gonna win the Premier League. No.
Well, and I'm not trying to say that Liverpool's only Salah, but like
Nah,
Salah is having an absolute worldy of a season. And
absolutely.
if
He
they
looks
do
so
close this
good.
out, yeah. If they do close this out, he's the guy.
Yeah.
He has his match rating is 8.24.
That's
He's scored
disgusting.
24 goals. He's had 15
Disgusting.
assists. He's had 50.
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
Not
Right?
if
He's
you
at
want to try to get more money on a Walker here.
Well, and I don't even know if that's what's going to happen, but
I know, but he's
it's
still
one
going
of
to get
those things
money.
like they have to be looking at it and saying sorry, they just had Klopp up on coach win
Well,
percentage.
I
But
mean,
anyway, if Salah goes down or if Van Dijk goes down, and I'm not wishing this, but we talk about single points of failure. That's a single point of failure. There's a lot of people that thought that with Bukayo Saka, if Saka went down, that would be a single point of failure for Arsenal. It has slowed us down, but we're still winning games, right? I think that if Salah goes down, you're going to see a lot of wins turn into draws. I think he really is that X factor. I'm not wishing that on him. I don't wish
no,
injury on anybody, but
no.
my God, it seems razor thin all the time.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't even really know who replaces him. Like, they have Jota, who could. Luis Diaz plays on the left.
it would
Chise
be
is coming
Diaz,
back.
Jones, or Gakpo. One of those three have to take over the right side now.
I don't know. Maybe even Harvey Elliott, but still,
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm not just. It's impossible to fill somebody like that. It's impossible.
I'm sure if we had Woodsy on here, he would tell us all the reasons why they could just fill it up and it would be a perfectly plugged ship and it would be fine. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Jota, like you're right, maybe Jota, but honestly, Diaz or Gakpo would be my choices. And they gotta play differently. And when you have a guy who's that prolific, I don't know.
Well, that's
gotta
not a
give it to
problem they
Liverpool
need to
right
worry
now, though.
about, though.
We played 26 matches; they would be the winners.
Yeah, as
And
long as
it's
he doesn't
theirs to
fade in
lose.
out. That's it. Yeah, exactly. They definitely. It's theirs to lose. Exactly. So.
Speaking of losing,
yeah, there you go. I love that transition. I was just about to.
Here it is. God, I wish we had a soundboard because I would just start playing "Cheer Up Postacoglu" right now. Have you heard that song?
Didn't hear what you said. Sorry. No, because I
wish we had a
faded.
soundboard. I wish we had a soundboard because I want to start playing "Cheer Up Postacoglu." Oh, what can it mean?
I thought about getting a soundboard.
Bunch of things I can't say on YouTube. They sit 12th, 1 point ahead of of United in 29th. So it's not like we're 12th, but at least we're not United. You're 1 point ahead. Plus 12 goal difference. They are 31 points off the pace.
They score them in bunches is the problem.
The problem is
they also let them in bunches.
The problem is Daniel Levy. And when the Ashes settle on this season, Postacoglu will be somewhere else and Daniel Levy will be at Tottenham. Fucking shit up.
How fun of a prospect would it be if Ange went to United, turned them around? This is just a far out thought, guys. But I think that would be the most entertaining thing. They're not going to get rid of Amorim that quick.
Amarin, they should. Amarin makes. Hey, you know what? Eric Ten Hag, bald fraud or not, I'm going to give him a little bit of credit. He made this team perform a lot better than Amarin is.
The personalities that they have to deal with alone.
I get it, but he was doing it better.
I agree.
They are just divas.
I think Ole Gunnar was doing it well as well.
I think that, again, another perfect example. It's not the manager. It's not. I have this conversation all the time. We have the internal turmoil, especially when we weren't performing well over the turn of the year, because we never perform well over the turn of the year. I don't know why. But everyone's like, Mick out. He's got to set standards. What do you mean? It comes from everybody. He's the only one doing his job. And that's kind of how I felt with United and Solskjaer.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to get rid of the one guy who's doing his job? Okay. Brilliant. And everyone, no, his time was gone. He had lost the dress. Then get a new dressing room because he's someone who actually knows what it takes to win. And everyone else is screwing up. And then they replaced him. And then they replaced him. And then we had Eric Ten Hag. And we went, here we go again. And the jokes were fun. And I love singing the songs as well. But you replace him now with Amarin. Anthony has more goals in February on loan than United have.
Rashford looks good at Villa.
It's
40 million looks real good at the end of the season for Rashford, but
and it's the same thing with Chelsea. Chelsea do the exact same thing.
Yep.
Where it's not a healthy club.
DSC looks pretty decent for Villa too.
Yeah. People don't want to go there. Sterling looks like crap for Arsenal, but that's because Sterling's just crap.
No,
we got to own
31
that.
And
we just got to own that.
There's going to be
Give
a
him
drop
back!
somewhere.
Oh, God. We keep yelling, sell them, and then everyone's like, we don't own them! Thank God!
Well, just got to wait till the end of the season. Close your eyes till the end of the season for that one.
Oh, Jesus. No, we don't.
So that's like watching a train wreck.
We could give them back right now. We could drive. It can't be that. You know what? Just give him a ticket to the underground. Then tell him to get off of Stamford Bridge. All right. We don't even have to drive him over.
Nah.
We don't want him anymore. You can have him back.
He knows the way.
I don't know.
He can figure it out.
He'll stop. He'll get 80% of the way there, and then he'll pull up and turn around for no reason and look for help.
Slow down. Fall over in the penalty box.
All right. Ipswich Town is completely capitulating.
Yeah, but Southampton's even worse. They're under cardiac arrest.
No, I will have you know that Southampton won a match 2 match days ago against Ipswich Town. That's how bad Ipswich Town is.
No, hold on. Southampton. Oh, wait. Why did that?
2-1.
Never mind. Never mind.
I just Town on the
really read it wrong. Sorry. It's okay. Yeah. I was like, who did Ipswich Town draw? Villa. Idiots. Villa. Anyway.
Oh, my God. The dichotomy. The dichotomy of Aston Villa right now.
Draw
Ipswich
By
Town,
the way.
draw Liverpool. Perfectly balanced.
By the way, Ipswich Town was at 10 men the whole time for 40 minutes after the 40th minute. We put him on goal. Actually, we scored the goal after they scored their goal. Fudge! So much pain.
Yeah. That's one of the ones where you
anyway,
go,
at least
actually
it up being a draw.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not at the bottom of the table. I mean, honestly,
Southampton needs. Sorry, go ahead.
If this was any other season where we didn't know, or where the bottom 4 weren't so established, I think teams like Man United and Spurs would be considered into the relegation battle.
I love that idea
this year.
I love that idea, but really, so 17 points through 25 isn't really that bad. It's not great, but I don't think it's
less than a
bad.
point.
It's Southampton's awful.
Yes,
it is
valid.
less than a point. Southampton's awful.
They might break was it Derby?
2 points. They need one more win. One more win and they're clear.
Is that going to happen?
It's Derby.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a win from anywhere. And it was the 07-08 season. They had 11 points.
I don't remember.
Southampton could do it tomorrow. Or Saturday. Brighton. Because Brighton doesn't show up against bad teams. They only show up against good teams.
Oh, that Matoma touch that was earlier this week. Woo.
In fairness to Brighton, like half their team's injured right now. But in not fairness to Brighton, I hate how we play you. And
Brighton do always play up to. They always play up to the team they're playing.
I'm getting real sick with Villa always not having our number, but should not be this way whenever we play Villa.
Oh, they turn out.
Newcastle absolutely plays perfectly against us. And I am so sick of Anthony Gordon's dumb face.
I know.
He always scores.
He's really good.
No, he's not. He's really good against Arsenal. He's Cole Palmer light.
Is it the blonde hair?
No, it's the fact that he looks like the love child of Princess Diana and Rod Stewart.
Oh.
By the way, Southampton still have Wolves to play. They could win that. Scenes, March 8th. Southampton 1-0 win at Anfield. It could happen.
It's not wrong. It could happen.
It could happen.
It's valid.
They got Villa. Everyone knows they're silly.
Silly is
They have
the
to
right
play
word.
away at Leicester. Oh God, that's a bad way to end it. That's a bad way to end the season.
Liverpool?
No, they play Liverpool like in March. They
Is-
May 10th they play City. May 18th they play Everton at Goodison Park for probably
Okay.
the last match at Goodison.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then on the 25th they have Arsenal at home.
And
Arsenal might be going for the league, which means
bottled.
Southampton will win because Arsenal will bottle it. So there you go. Southampton's guaranteed. One of those things is guaranteed to happen. Southampton is going to get at least 12 points.
Nah, I mean, yeah, it's possible. I don't want to see a team fail this bad. It's not
that will
good
be
for the
the
team.
last
It's
match
not
at
good for the
Goodison.
fan base. It's awful.
Well, this is so for those of you who may have seen it. I don't know in what order these are going to be coming out. Excuse me. We also recorded the thing about the USL, and we talked about promotion versus relegation and the benefits somewhat.
Yep.
It was a very abbreviated one, just because Aaron and I can get away from ourselves.
Mhm.
This is the problem with promotion and relegation, where it can take so much to get promoted back.
Absolutely.
You can't stay there. I still think it's healthier, but I'm not going to pretend that it's without its problems because it has its problems.
Which is kind of the problem that the USL is the organization who's going to do the promotion relegation. It's going to be the problem for investors to want to actually invest in this because they're going to see their investment
Which
drop.
is why you won't have investors as much as you will have fan-owned teams.
That is fair.
Which is what the point is. Which is why it will take so long if we do it.
Yep.
And that's the problem. Like I agree with you, but that's why the MLS doesn't want to do it. But I feel the fact that the MLS is owned by teams is part of the problem. Listen, I'm the biggest baseball fan in the world. We've started around the diamond again. Aaron, you're gonna get invited on, but every time you start talking about the Yankees, we're just gonna mute you.
So
Brian doesn't
Brian's
know
gonna have a
that yet.
soundboard and it's gonna be fart
that's what
noises.
I'm gonna do. Yeah. But anyway, listen, I love baseball, but do you know how many times the United States government has had to get involved with the owners of baseball to get them to quit messing around? Like, that's one of the only reasons why it works is because the amount of times that Congress has come in and been like, what are we doing? Stop it. Play nice. And with promotion and relegation, there's more control. Not the perfect amount of control, not enough control, just more control, I think. I think it's better in the long run. But then you have the Saudis and the United Arab Emirates and the Todd Bowleys, and before the Todd Bowleys, it was a Roman Abramovich's. And I'm not going to pretend like Arsenal isn't owned by an American and Bill is owned by
an Egyptian,
not the people of Birmingham, but an Egyptian, right? So like, I'm not going to pretend that those
United
things
States
don't happen.
Yeah.
But there's almost like a more of a safeguard.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, Everton are a point above Manchester United, and David Moyes is the happiest.
Who'd have seen that coming? Wasn't on my bingo card.
Wasn't on my bingo. You know what? I'm kind of not surprised that United's this bad. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to say I called it because I didn't call it. But if you had told me at the beginning of the season that this is where United would be, I would be like, yeah, it makes sense. I see it.
That tracks.
I'd be like, what? Did they sign Ronaldo again? But no, seriously. That tracks. I just, the best player on their team by a mile is Bruno Fernandes, and he has his head shoved so far up his own ass.
Who? Sorry, you're
Fernandes. Bruno.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Also, they went and got Onana. They had the best shot stopper in the league, but because someone said that winning teams play out the back, they said goodbye to David De Gea. We're going to go get Onana. And I don't understand it. Because you don't have to play out the back.
I don't mind the De Gea move. I just think they went with the wrong goalkeeper. That's
I
all.
mind the De Gea move. He was very, very good. And when you have a Swiss cheese defense in front of you, and that's what it was. Like you can't even. They didn't have Matisse Delit at the time.
No.
They went out and signed him. Not that he's been a world stopper, but when you have that in front of you, I would rather have De Gea, who, by the way, would have been the only person at this team who's won at this team.
Sure.
I think it was a stupid idea. I like the fact that Arsenal wants to play out the back. We built a team for it. I like the way that City used to play out the back, even though it drove me crazy because they were good at it. But yeah, Barcelona destroyed everybody with tiki taka. They did. Why? They had the 3 best midfielders who maybe have ever lived on that team. Of course, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
There's a certain point where you got to make the best out of the players you have. You should build to something. But looking at, hey, what's this? World-class shot stopper? Get out of here. You can't play with your feet. I don't get it.
I think there was some chinks in his armor that were starting to become more
Who would you have
prevalent.
replaced him with?
I'm sorry?
Who would you have replaced him with? Not Onana, who would you have gotten?
You know, I'm not prepared for this question, so
And I'm gonna tell you why. Who is
because
so
there's nobody
good?
else.
Who seriously? A Villa letting go Emmy?
No, because he's very good.
There's not a lot of people who are just like floating out on the wings. Not a lot of goalkeepers looking. At a certain point, United does run out of money. They're already running out of money. Have you seen their stadium?
Yes. Well, not in person, but you know.
Ruben Amorim's a fucking clown. Do 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 do. Old Trafford is falling down. Do 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 do.
Was
Anyway.
Donnarumma out there, or was he already at PSG? I think
He was already at PSG. He was at PSG. Been at PSG for a long time, and no one remembers that
5-6
because
years.
he's been so quiet there.
Yeah. I'm actually having a hard time of thinking of somebody else. So
you don't have to. It was
Marc-Andre.
One of those rhetorical questions.
No. Marc-Andre ter Stegen.
Oh, ter Stegen. I was thinking Marc-Andre.
Or Oblak, or
I don't really. You think they?
If I'm spending that much money,
well, that's the other thing.
Then yes, I'm gonna go get those guys.
No, but they needed to save the money because they had to go get Anthony.
Oh right, sorry.
That's all I got. Who would have thought United was what was holding Anthony back? All right, now that's all I got.
Okay, cool. So you just want to wrap this up then?
Yeah, what do you got?
I don't have anything, man. Other than go to our sister page, Wicked Good Sport. Check out all the really good content that they have out.
Sports are mommies.
Mommies. Anyway, go there. Check out all that content that Brian and Jack and Chris have been doing. And then you guys
are going hard on baseball this year.
With the baseball, I was just getting there.
We're going to let you in. No, we're going to let you in. How much we let you talk, I have no idea.
It's just going to be fart sounds.
Yeah.
Anyway, go there. There's a ton of content, NFL related. Go back and watch all that sort of stuff that he's got out there. Hockey, baseball, do it all.
There's a lot of hockey.
You got if you're a fan of Arsenal, hey, hold on. If you're a fan of Arsenal, go down to Beer Garden on Broadway in Albany. Rhett's got a fan group out there that way. Check that out. It's a really fun time. There's a bunch of supporter groups down there too, so don't hesitate if you don't think your fan group isn't down there. They are probably down there.
And if you're a fan group, if they're not down there, make it one.
Make one. Hey, again, will you let me breathe?
I can't stop you from breathing.
Eat my mic. Anyway.
Works.
Yeah, don't forget to tip your bartenders, guys. Adios.
Okay, bye.